Good morning. Sorry, getting some tech stuff started. And please forgive my appearance. I just got back from the gym, but that's a good thing, right? Starting our day with movement can be so helpful. Hello, Dorothy. Good to see you. I hope you had a nice weekend. So, we're just going to do a quick 10 minutes or so, some checking in, breathing, and intention setting, because it can make such a difference in our week, in our day, if we do it every day, rather than just rushing in and bringing whatever stress, concerns, fears, anxieties, blah, blah, blah. So let's just get started. You can be sitting, standing, lying down, whatever works best for you. In the morning, I'm more of a fan of standing or moving when I do meditations, but do whatever works best. And close your eyes if you feel comfortable and just check in. As we always do, let's just take stock, assess. Are we carrying any stress, tightness, tension, anticipation of the week? Feeling behind already? Feeling like you didn't do enough during the weekend or whatever it is? Just check in. See if there's anything that you do not wish to carry into your day that you can let go of. Or at least be aware of. Maybe it's not about letting go. Maybe it's just about noticing. What kind of perspective and attitude are we bringing to our week? And let's find some gentle neck rolls. We won't go through a whole series of movement today, but I encourage you to take a few moments after this and just move through your body, mindfully go through all of your joints. Move, stretch, let go of anything you may be holding on to, and just also notice where you might be tight or hurty. Where do you need attention? Is really what's important. We're not trying to just eliminate stress. We're trying to give attention to ourselves, giving ourselves what we need. So switching directions whenever you want. We're just loosening up, stretching out those back muscles and the throat. It's probably safe to say we'll have to speak up at some point in the week, use our words, assert ourselves. And that is easier when we have some space. So finding some stillness, and let's just do 3 rounds of a cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. This is a go-to reset. 3 cleansing breaths can always help us just get a tiny bit of wiggle room, tiny bit more presence. And we're just going to go through a quick body scan as we breathe. So just finding a natural breath, and starting at the top of the head. We're just caring attention. If we do this intentionally, it's much easier to catch it in the moment when we might be starting to store stress or repress feelings or avoid. We tend to do that physically first. So just starting at the top of our head, inhale deeply. Exhale, sliding down through our head and face and jaw. Inhaling, sliding down the neck and throat. Exhaling to the collarbones. Inhaling to the shoulders. Exhaling, sliding down the right arm, the right bicep. Exhaling, noticing, maybe bending the elbow. Feel free to bend and move at any point if you wish, or we're just noticing, giving attention. Inhaling to the forearm. And exhaling down to the wrist and the hands. Maybe shake it out. Inhaling to the left fingers and hands. We're going to go back up. Exhaling to the wrist, the forearm. You can rub or tap or just notice. And we're just doing a quickie. Inhaling the elbow and up the bicep. Exhaling, coming back up to the shoulder. Inhaling both collarbones and shoulder blades as we come back to our torso, and exhaling, sliding down to our chest. Inhaling deeply to that heart center, expanding the rib cage in the front and the back. And exhaling, sliding down to the abdomen, the lower back. Inhaling, filling the pelvic bowl. And exhaling, the hips, sliding down the thighs, the quads, the hamstrings. Inhaling to the knees. And exhaling down the shins and calves. Inhaling to the ankles and the feet. Maybe move them around, give a little wiggle. And exhale fully out of the soles of your feet. And let's take a deep inhale to our full body. And exhale, and take a few rounds of breath, nice and deep and slow, just noticing the entire body as a whole. We're present with our whole space, top to bottom. And now let's do a couple rounds of breath. We're going to focus on the chest, the ribs and lungs. This is where we can get tight and brace and then not get as full breaths and then create more shortness, tightness in our whole body. So we want to practice, and you can do whatever works for you, but I'm going to start with just some of these. Opening shoulder and arm rolls, opening up the chest space, inhaling deeply as we expand. And exhaling as we settle down. If we can take a few minutes occasionally throughout our day to expand the breathing space, expand the rib cage and the surrounding muscles, we can breathe more fully and deeply. Our whole system gets more oxygen. Our posture might be a little better. Some little twists. We can just notice the different ways that we can move our rib cage around. Pretty flexible, some front to back. Maybe some rotation if you're sitting or if that works for you. If you're laying down, it might be a little tricky. Stirring up and moving that energy. Loosening, opening up our breathing space. So let's find some stillness, just maybe shake out any last stuff you need. And settle in again to a nice, steady, even breath. We're not doing deep breath work, but we are intentionally making sure our breath is full and even. And now I want you to just take a moment as you're breathing still to think about a way that you would like to show up this week for yourself and others, a quality that you want to embody. A characteristic you'd like to maintain, or just a state of being. And how would you feel physically if you were able to achieve that, if you were able to embody that quality, that trait? Maybe it's kindness or patience, assertiveness, trusting yourself, whatever it is. How do you feel physically when you can achieve that? And take a few minutes just breathing to that. These are neural pathways that we're working. And if we spend time intentionally in this space, then it's easier to achieve when we're paying less attention. And next, think of a challenge that you may anticipate. And think about knowing that you can't control what's outside of you and you can't control circumstances. How do you want to be able to navigate that challenge? How do you hope to be able to navigate? What do you want to hold on to? What belief do you want to maintain? And is there a simple statement that can help you remember, a mantra, a word, a sentence that can help you stay steady? What's an anchor you can hold on to as circumstances shift and change and throw you off track? And say that a couple times to yourself. Is there a color or an object that can help you remember this? Maybe you write something on a Post-it. Maybe you wear that color this week if that helps. Piece of jewelry or a little trinket or something that can help you remember the Dumbo feather. And lastly, is there a goal for yourself that you would like to achieve? What is something you'd like to accomplish before the end of the week? And how would you feel if you did? And lastly, give yourself some gratitude for showing up, for taking this time, for being intentional in your life, even if it's hard to hang in there. We just keep trying. We never stay there all the time. So we just keep returning back with kindness. And if we don't achieve those goals or we don't navigate the way we want, then we learn from it and it's okay. And we reset. So a last couple breaths to your whole body, giving yourself that kind, caring attention and noticing and sending gratitude for the fact that we woke up this morning. And for the most part, hopefully everyone we care about did too. That's an easy one to miss. And take one last moment to set an intention for how you will spend the next hour of your day. How do you proceed? And with that, we will wrap up. I'm going to stretch and have a good breakfast before I start my workday. I wish you all productive weeks full of goal achieving and self-compassion and patience, and lots of hydration and good nutrition. So take care, and I will see you Friday if you want to join that meditation, or next Monday. Have a good week, all.